Good evening. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Charter Township of Kalamazoo Board of Trustees for Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. The time is 7:30. As a township clerk, I will preside until the board appoints a chair pro tem in the absence of the supervisor. So please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Trustee Robinson, would you like to lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Trustee Robinson. I'll now call the roll. Treasurer Miller.
Here.
Trustee Leonard.
Here.
Trustee Glass.
Here.
I'm here as a clerk. Trustee Robinson.
Here.
Okay. So Supervisor Combs and Trustee Sherwood are absent. So may I have a motion to excuse Supervisor Combs and Trustee Sherwood from this evening's meeting?
I'll make a motion to excuse Supervisor Combs and Trustee Sherwood from tonight.
Support.
All right, motion carried. Supervisor Combs and Trustee Sherwood are excused. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to appoint a chair pro tem to preside over this meeting.
I'll make a motion to appoint the clerk Mackey as the chair pro tem for tonight's meeting.
Support.
Okay, it has been moved and supported. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Next, we're on additions or deletions to the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda this evening from board members or the superintendent? Okay, hearing none, the agenda will stand as presented. Next, we have public comment. At this time, we'll open the floor for public comment on both agenda and non-agenda items. Each speaker is asked to limit remarks to 3 minutes and begin by stating your name and address for the record. Okay. Superintendent Morad, is there anyone on Zoom?
No one on Zoom for comment.
Okay. So now we'll move on to the consent agenda. I will move to approve the consent agenda as recommended by the superintendent and supervisor.
Support.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carried. The consent agenda is approved. We're now on to public hearings and presentations. So we will now open the public hearing for the 2026 recommended budget and policies. The time is 7:33. This is an opportunity for members of the public to comment specifically on the proposed 2026 budget and related township policies before the board considers formal adoption. Okay. Superintendent, is there anyone on Zoom? Okay, so hearing no public comments, we will close the public hearing at 7:34. Next up is old business, and there is no old business before the board this evening, so we'll move on to new business. First up is the resolution to approve the 2026 recommended budget and policies.
I will move to approve the resolution adopting the recommended 2026 budget and policies as presented.
Support.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Actually, I'm sorry, this is a roll call vote. I apologize. So I'll call you all individually. Okay. Is there any discussion?
I would just like to thank the superintendent for the work that went into this. I know that it is not an easy task, and we have had a board meeting to discuss the budget in full, and I really appreciate the time that's gone into this, so thank you.
And I guess, just for everyone's reference and a reminder, there's not a lot of major changes, I don't think, in this budget. But can you just maybe do like the high level of any of?
Sure. So the general operating budget is presented at $13,278,825. We went through all of our budget policies, made some recommendations to the financial policy. We went through new funding policies, which is the addition of one position that will be a planner, and that is replaced by our contractual obligation that we have now with McKenna and Associates, should we be able to hire. There's also a recommendation for a 3% salary increase for employees. We have 2 policy changes and 1 increase for trustee pay that are the major changes within the budget.
Thanks.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right, I'll call the vote then. Trustee Robinson.
Aye.
Trustee Glass.
Aye.
Trustee Leonard.
Aye.
And Treasurer Miller.
Aye.
Okay, I am also an aye. So motion carried. Now we will move on to item 9B, which is ordinance number 642. This is also a roll call vote. Is there any discussion for this ordinance? Okay, then I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution to accept ordinance 642.
Support?
All right. So now we will, I guess a discussion should come now, since there's been a motion. I think I screwed that up, but it didn't seem like there was
That's okay.
any discussion, so I'll move on with a roll call vote.
This is just as a reminder, the repeal of the ordinances that we've gone through and determined are no longer suiting the
Yeah.
township. So if we remember, then our attorney with the assistance of our ordinance officer, I believe, and our fire marshal went through pretty diligently and made a bunch of changes, or not a bunch of changes, but took away some of our ordinances that were no longer serving us and relevant.
Yeah, the outdated ones, so. Okay, well, I think we're all aware of what this ordinance is, so we can move on to a vote. This time I'll start with Treasurer Miller.
Aye.
Okay. Trustee Glass,
Aye.
Trustee Leonard,
Aye.
and Trustee Robinson.
Aye.
I am also an aye. So motion carried on ordinance number 642. Now we will move on to ordinance number 643, item 9C. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution to accept ordinance 643.
Support.
All right, is there any discussion on ordinance number 643? Okay, then I can do a roll call vote. Trustee Glass,
Aye.
Trustee Leonard,
Aye.
Treasurer Miller,
Aye.
Trustee Robinson.
Aye.
I am also an aye. Okay. Next on the agenda, we have item 9D, the BSNA and the cloud software integration. So, Superintendent, will you just give a quick overview?
This is request to authorize signature for BSNA to do the cloud version of our software that we currently have, and it allows us to lock in the date of May 11th to start the transition next year.
entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract with BSNA to proceed with cloud software integration and authorize the superintendent to execute.
Support.
You weren't finished.
That's okay. All right.
So, I guess, all right.
Shireen's got it.
Everyone's so excited.
There'll be other motions.
It's okay. So,
Okay. So yes, is there any discussion on this item?
I just think it's a good move that we're moving in the right direction. This is the software that everyone uses, all local municipalities in the area. So I think it's good that we're transitioning sooner than later
Yep.
to the cloud.
No, I'd say that it's inevitable that, I mean, clearly everything is changing. And BSNA has been what it has been for a very long time. So it's good to see the changes. I think it'll be positive. I do think there are definitely more pros than cons from the bit of research that I have done on it. I think that the different, the different BSNA programs from assessing to tax, I think there's some different aspects that make it more user-friendly for everybody. And I think that it's good to also be able to use it off-site as well, which also makes it easier in work-from-home settings if necessary. Just in, any issues with weather or, any kind of illnesses or things where someone is, prolonged and they need to work from home, it'll make it much easier to be able to do that. So I think that this is a very, very good thing for us to be able to utilize, and I think that this is a really, really good move. I think the timing is great, so I'm glad that we're able to get in this spot, because there's a lot of different checkpoints along the way in order to do this. So I think the timing is excellent. So I think this is good, really good move.
Great. I guess we'll take a roll call vote then. Trustee Robinson.
I'm an aye.
Trustee Glass.
Aye.
Trustee Leonard.
Aye.
Treasurer Miller.
Aye.
I'm also an aye. And now up to, on item 9E, the building authority appointment. Superintendent?
Yes, thank you. Now that we have trustee Robinson appointed to the board, we do not have elected officials serve on the building authority that we established. So it is the recommendation that Scott Jackson from the police department be appointed in place.
I'll entertain a motion.
No, I'll make a motion to appoint Scott Jackson to the Kalamazoo Township Building Authority.
Support.
Okay. Any discussion on this item? Okay. So we can do a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So motion carried. Great. Next up, our last item under new business is item 9F, the election intergovernmental agreement for early voting. This is an item that I'm bringing forward. I wanted to give a little background. In compliance with the state of Michigan's early voting requirements, Kalamazoo County has prepared an intergovernmental agreement to coordinate and administer early voting services on behalf of participating jurisdictions. This agreement outlines the roles, responsibilities, and cost-sharing arrangements necessary to ensure the effective operation of early voting sites. The scope of the agreement shall begin on its effective date and shall include any participating jurisdictions, applicable state or federal elections scheduled between January 1st, 2026 and December 31st of 2027. So I will move to authorize the Kalamazoo Charter Township Clerk to approve and execute the intergovernmental agreement for early voting election services with Kalamazoo County and associated municipalities, and also prepare any necessary budget adjustment.
Support.
She said the whole word.
All right. Who seconded?
Ashley.
Okay. Okay. Any discussion on this topic?
Just want to say thank you
Oh.
to our clerk for all the hard work you put into making sure that we are accessible for voting and keeping things moving well. I know it's super hard. It takes a lot of hours, a lot of dedication, a lot of encouraging other people to, volunteer and help and a lot of meetings and learning. So I just appreciate all the work that you and all of our staff do.
Yeah, it takes a lot of us, and I appreciate your appreciation. But it's an honor to do it, and so yes, I appreciate you. So now we can, if there's no further discussion, I will call a vote for this. This is also a voice vote. So all in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye. No opposed? So motion carried. And now we'll move on to item 10, which is items removed from the consent agenda. There were no items removed, so we'll move on to board member reports. We'll begin with Trustee Glass.
I have no major reports, just thanks to our staff. Thank you, Superintendent Moran, for all your work on the budget. I know that takes a lot of time too, so that's all I got.
Okay. Trustee Leonard.
Also nothing major. Welcome Trustee Robinson back to the board. I'm sure it's fun to be back up here. And it's also nice to have all women tonight, as you mentioned earlier. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Trustee Robinson.
I don't have any board member reports, but I do just want to make a comment. As a member of the staff, I actually want to thank the staff members. I know how hard everybody works. We have had, goodness gracious, we have had our backs kind of against the wall for a second. We have been low in numbers, but our efforts have been mighty. And so to the team, goodness gracious, they're awesome. And I just wanted to shine a light on that. So as we have been, down in numbers, we have not been down in heart or in effort. And so I just wanted to say a huge shout out and a huge thank you to Carrie and to everybody else that is a part of the team and puts forth max effort in just whatever needs to be done as a part of the team. It is, a whole lot of people that have been moving in whatever direction is necessary to make this whole thing work, as we have been, like I said, down in numbers. So it has been awesome working with so many really, really amazing people. So I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody's efforts. It is amazing being a part of the team. It's great being back up here and having a voice on both sides. So I appreciate that. So that is all I have.
All right. Treasurer Miller, do you have a report?
Yeah, thank you. I want to as well thank the staff for the phenomenal job that they've been doing. I have been watching musical chairs up in the front office, and it doesn't matter who's sitting there. They always bring joy, enthusiasm, professionalism to the job, and I just want to know, I just want them to know, Carrie and Clara especially, how much I appreciate everything that they've done. Thank you.
Well, I will echo those sentiments as well. I don't have a report, but I did want to mention that we do have an election on November 4th. So if you need to do anything regarding, if you need an absent voter ballot, you can request one now. If you are signed up for the permanent ballot list and you haven't received your ballot for some reason, please reach out. Because sometimes people change their addresses and they don't notify their clerk. So just trying to get everything all settled before the big day. So this this particular election, because it's a local election, we do not offer early voting, but you can vote in person on election day, or you can request an absent voter ballot. You can also return your ballot at our drop box here at the Township Hall or at the Westwood Fire Station. There's also a drop box, and those are available 24 hours a day. So that's my update on the election, and just a reminder that the Westwood Fire Association is hosting a trunk or treat on Halloween. So just wanted to remind everyone of that. So, and that is all that I have. So we can move on to item 12, which is, do you have a report tonight, Superintendent? Okay. All right. So next up is public comment. So we'll now open the floor for a second round of public comments. Is there anyone? Okay. How about on Zoom? All right. So, and item 14 is closed session. We do not have one of those tonight. So I will adjourn this meeting at 7:51.